Welcome back to the Crochet Karate. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today we have a 3-part series and each one of the parts is a different snowflake. So depending on the thumbnail that you saw is the one that we're gonna be focusing on today. So you can see that together they make a trio set and they're absolutely fantastic. Now the one in the middle actually kind of scared me when I looked at it, 'cause I'm like, am I capable of doing that? And the fact is that all of these are really quite easy to follow, and I've tried my best to be able to show you that as well. Just for tutorial reasons, I am going to use Caron 1 pound, and I'm also going to be using a 4mm size G6 crochet hook in order to play. This is using recommending Aunt Lydia's crochet thread with a 1.4mm size US 8 crochet hook. So really quite small and delicate. Now when you see mine you're gonna see that it's really quite big. So let me just show you one of the examples here, and this is kind of what we're gonna get into today. So you can see that when you use Caron 1 pound it's gonna be a lot bigger than you may imagine, and that's what we're gonna be getting into today. So without further ado, let's jump to the actual project that you're going to be working on today that was in the thumbnail. Let's begin that next. So let's move along. We are going to do the Delicate Snowflake ornament. I think this one is the bomb. It is so amazing. I was actually scared of this one the most out of all the series of 3, and it really works out really quite wonderfully. And when you're thinking about it and doing the spokes, it doesn't look the same, but it's not until you get to the very end that everything looks perfect. It's amazing. So let me show you my example and then we're gonna get started from this, and it's really not that hard, and I'm really quite amazed with this one here. So let's begin to look at this closely. So here's the snowflake here. Now if you are going to do a hanger, then one of them has to have the hanging thing at the top, and it's easy to do that. So you can assign it. I'm going to do it the second time. I'm going to do the first one with you when we get up there, and then I'll do the second one to show you how to do this. This is done right at the very end of the project. So you're going to notice that we're going to start off and then we're going to create one spoke completely, but we're not actually going to get this really thick look right in the very beginning. That is done at the end of this round. So at the very end of this is when we trace it with our yarn and make it all look amazing. So you just gotta keep that in mind. So we're gonna worry about our hanger stuff at the very end. So what you need to concentrate on the most is that you're just gonna create this really tight circle here, and we're gonna build out so each one of these spokes except for the first one is add on afterward. So you're going to, once you get the first spoke done, you have to chop your yarn and restart, and you're gonna keep on building these just like this. I think this is an amazing ornament. So let's begin to do this snowflake, and I am using Caron 1 pound yarn today with a 4mm size G crochet hook, but this is done in thread, and you can harden it afterward as well, or leave it as is for maybe a centerpiece, and you can leave off the round hanger thing too if you want to make it a complete unit as well. So let's get started. Okay, so let's begin. The first center and the first point is going to be the same yarn strand, and then we're gonna have to then trim our yarn after that and do all the rest of the 5. It's really not a big deal, but you just have to work your way through it. So let's begin the first one, and with the slip knot on the hook you need to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Insert the hook into the beginning chain and then yarning over, pulling it through and through, and in the center it's gonna be a lot of stitches, my friends. So here we go. Round number 1, chain up 1, doesn't count as a stitch, and in the center ring, keeping the straggler around the center, I want you to put 18 single crochets in there. There's not gonna be enough space, so we're gonna make room as we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and I'm letting the straggler fall out now. 9, 10 and 11, and I'm out of space. So just shift it, the ring. So let me just verify my count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So I have 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm gonna make more room. So 16, 17 and 18. So let's be we have to slip stitch it to the beginning, so just count it back from behind the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18, and that's where you're gonna slip stitch it, and let's carry on to round number 2. Round number 2, nice and simple. We need 18 groups of 2 double crochet in each. So we're gonna chain 2, which counts as a double crochet in this case, and in the same one that you did the join you want to double crochet. So each one of these stitches all the way around are gonna get each 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2. Okay, so there'll be a total of 36 stitches. It's gonna be a tight one, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So 2 double crochets in each, and I'll be right back. Once you have your 18 groups of 2, you're just gonna slip stitch to the first chain 2 that you started with. It's nice and tight, as you can see. So now we're gonna begin doing the points. So let's just take a quick break, and then I'm gonna be right back, and it's not hard at all. Just watch how it's done. Each one of the points consists of 5 rows. Let's start the first one. So you're gonna chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet, and then come into the next one, and you're gonna do 5 in a row. So let's just count this out. So there's the first one's done, and then the next one 2 and 3, 4 and 5, like this. So you got your 5, which is gonna be next. So you should have a total of a count of 6. So it's 1 chain 2 and 5 double crochets. So that's why I'm referencing 5. You're going to turn your work, and you're going to slip stitch into the second one first, and then chain up 2, and then do the next 3 stitches as a double crochet. This is gonna feel wrong on every level possible, but it works out and it's amazing. So we just went from 6 to 3. We're gonna turn your work again and slip stitch to the second one over, and then chain 2, and then double crochet into the next one. So we went from 6 to 4 to 2. Now we're gonna turn our, once we get this done, is that we're gonna turn our work, and we are going to slip stitch in between the 2 double crochet. Okay, so just slip stitch it first, and then chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and slip stitch in between the 2 double crochet again. You're going to turn your work just like you have here, and you're going to chain up 1. I'm gonna show this one more time. So you're gonna chain 1, and then you were going to put 10 single crochets into that ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And then you're going to slip stitch to that to the beginning one, like so. So slip stitch it to the beginning to pull it shut, and now you're going to turn your work. So turn your work, and now you're going to begin, and you're going to chain up 1, and you're gonna single crochet in the first one. So single crochet, and then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you were going to single crochet in the next 2. So you're not skipping anything. And then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet in the next 2, and then chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the next 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the next 2. So there is 5 of these loops that you can see, that you will see at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet finally in the very last one that you're going to run into. But before you're done, just slip stitch it. So single crochet in the last one, and then slip stitch it to bring it to conclusion, and then that's it, just like you see. So now what we're going to do at this point is that we're gonna fasten off our yarn, and then that's it for that point. So as you can see, it doesn't look so pretty, but once you go around the final round, it actually works its way out. So leave on your tail end. We're now going to start one more. So I'll just get one more done, and then you can do the other 4. So we immediately start in the next stitch available to you. So make sure you're starting on the front side of this thing. So we start off in the front, and then we're gonna chain 2. 1 and 2. And then the next 5 in a row are each a double crochet. So remember, the number is 6. That's how many stitches you're looking for. See how I'm going right up over top of the straggler, so I don't have to sew that later. So turn and slip stitch to the second one in and then chain 2, and then double crochet the next 3, so you have a total of 4 on this one. Turn, okay, slip stitch to the second one, chain 2 and double crochet in the next, okay, just like that. And then you're gonna turn, and you want to go in between, so slip it first and then chain a total of 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and slip stitch it to bring that to conclusion. Turn it and chain 1, and around the center of that chain, okay, the loop, you're going to single crochet 10 times. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, and then slip stitch it to the beginning one to bring it to a close. Okay, and then turn, and let's start your first one. So chain up 1, and in the first one you're going to single crochet and then chain 4. So 1 2 3 4, go to the very next one and single crochet that one plus its friend next door, and then chain 4. So 1 2 3 4, single crochet 2 in a row, then chain 4. So 1 2 3 4, go to the next 2 in a row. So 1 2 3 4, the next 2 in a row. So you're looking for 5 gapping spaces, so you can see 4 so far. So 1 2 3 4, and finally into your last one, but you're not quite done yet. You gotta make sure that you slip stitch it to the where you started, and then that will bring that to conclusion, and that's where you're gonna end. Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to do the other ones. Okay, and so there will be a total of 6 spokes, and then I'm gonna show you how to go around. I don't have to do the whole thing to do that for you, but I'll show you how to go around one of these because it's actually really quite simple, and I think that you can enjoy it at the same time. So eventually you're gonna have all your 6 spokes. So we're gonna start off in the middle of the spoke and work our way up and do these outward here. The first time around I'm not gonna do the loop, but I would do it on the second one on my sample, and you can see how easy it is to be able to follow this. So let's begin the final revolution. So let's pretend all 6 spokes are done. So all you're just gonna do is that there should be a spoke here, and so if this was it, I would just want to go in and I want to slip stitch it in between the double crochets that are between the spokes. Okay, just slip stitch it to start. Just like that. So now each one of the sides of those double crochets are each gonna get 3 single crochets. So just working your way up. So 1 2 and 3, and then come to the next height up in the row and go 1 2 and 3, and you remember there's 3 rows of those double crochets, so that means that you have 3 rows to be concerned about. So 1 2 and 3, and you want to slip stitch it to just underneath there. So you got to make sure this is turned the right way in order for it to make sense on your particular pattern. Okay, so you'll notice that it wants to favor a side when you go to do that. So let's continue. So you're going to slip stitch it to the piece underneath. So just slip stitch it, and that will hold it in nicely. And now you're immediately going to jump to these chain 4 spaces, and you're going to apply how many are you going to apply in there? It says chain 7 single crochets. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and now slip stitch in between the 2 single crochets, and that will pull it nicely. I didn't do that one of them, and then I realized I frogged it back because it looks obvious when you don't do it. So then 7 in the next one. So you keep doing 7s in each one of these. So you can see it, it bulks it out, and then just slip it in. So if you were doing the loop, if you want to do the loop, so let's just say we're gonna do the loop. So if I want to do a loop, so I can just do 7 7 7 and then I start working down, which I'm going to get there. If you want to do the loop, you're just going to single crochet 3 times only, and then do 1 more single crochet, so that's your 4th one of the 7, and then you need to chain 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 and slip stitch it. Okay, it's like a picot, and then turn your work and then apply 11 single crochets into that ring. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. And then when you let it go, just want to make sure that it's gonna favor the right side. Okay, so then to finish that section off, so you're gonna put 3 single crochets in a row. So 1 2 and 3, and then continue on in these spacing. Remember that there's, you just got a slip stitch in between on the single crochets, and then continue along. So it's just gonna be 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, and then slip, and then 7 on the last one, and then I'll show you how to go down the other side. So 3 4 5 6 and 7, and then that's your last one. So make sure you slip it to underneath, and then we're going to then work your way down the spoke. I'll be right back. So to go back down, remember that we applied 3 single crochets going up, so that means that we're gonna apply 3 single crochets going down the sides of each of the posts. So wait, 1 2 and 3, jump to the next layer, 1 2 and 3, and then do your next layer. So 1 2 and 3, and then once you have that done, just slip stitch in between the spokes and then work your way back up. Okay, so you can see that it's gonna look awesome. So once you're done with this, then you'll have all of this complete. It takes a little bit of practice. I found myself on this one here, I was a little bit sloppy, but you know, it works out in time, and then you get better and better at it when you keep on playing with it. So the next one, when I go up, I'm just gonna apply 3 into each post, and then I slip it, and then 7 slip 7 slip 7 and etc., and then 3 single crochets coming down, and then slip it to the bottom, and then 3 single crochets. So 3 in each one of those layers. There's 3 layers, and you'll find yourself actually probably having great success with this, and then you can harden it up just like you see it in the photograph. And actually I took my time because I was in front of the TV last night doing it. So this one here looks a lot better than what I was just working on. It's amazing what happens when you turn on the TV and you have it as background noise. So this is one of the series. There are 3 trio set in this whole collection. I think it's really quite awesome, and you really do want to concentrate on making sure that the centerpiece looks really quite nice, because it's what grabs your attention when you go to do that. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you.